Just look at that in the sun. Just, yeah. And the sun's gonna come out in the sleet. Good morning, welcome to Niqually Outdoors. I'm your host, Brandon Scott. And with me is going to be Sabrina and my parents. We are in Mount Rainier National Park today, parked just across the street from the Cougar Rock Campground. The actual entrance is a couple hundred feet further up the road. Even though it is going on into mid-June, most trails inside Mount Rainier National Park are still covered in snow because it is such a high elevation park. So we're doing one of the few trails that should be at least mostly snowed out this time of year. We are doing the Wonderland Trail section from Cougar Rock Campground to Narada Falls. It is about 3 miles in length, and you gain a little over 1,000 feet in those 3 miles. So it's not in the top 10 or top 25 because it's not the most exciting trail in Mount Rainier, but its perks for, especially for today, is it's relatively flat and it's relatively low in elevation. So like I said, it's going to be snowed out and it's pretty easy to do. The main perk of this trail is you get to see 3 waterfalls along the Paradise River between here and the Narada Falls parking lot. So if I show you the books, this 50 Hikes Mount Rainier done by Irish Spring doesn't explicitly cover the hike, but it'll talk about it along the Wonderland Trail. This last couple paragraphs here talking about downhill coming from Paradise down to Longmire. This Day Hike series, Day Hike Mount Rainier by Ron Judd, does talk about it mostly. It talks about only going to Carter and Madcap Falls, but of course you can continue. So there's that there. So it's a 1.5 miles to Carter and Madcap Falls, and it's about another 1.5 miles to Paradise River Camp, and then to the base of Narada Falls. And if you look at the map here, we are starting here at Cougar Rock, and this says 2.8 miles to the junction where the Wonderland Trail continues over to Reflection Lakes, and then there's a little spur trail that leads you to the base of Narada Falls, and that is what we are doing. So yeah, we'll be doing that and be taking some videos of hopefully 3 or 4 waterfalls, 3 along the trail, and then we'll be stopping at Christine Falls on our way up further and probably having lunch at either Reflection Lakes or Inspiration Point afterwards. It is going to be a gorgeous and not hot sunny day. What else is there to talk about? I don't think there's much else to talk about. Let's hit the trail and have some fun. Drop down off the highway, off the pullout, and you immediately get what might be the most exciting portion of the trail, having to cross the Nisqually River on a log bridge. If you wanted to make this hike last a little bit longer, get more exercise, you could just park down at the inn at Longmire and hike up the relatively flat road along the flat road grade to add an extra mile or so each direction. But I figured we didn't need to do that. We'll start with this. Now, I have been to Carter and Madcap Falls on this trail once or twice, and obviously we've seen Narada Falls a bunch of times whenever we go snowshoeing to Reflection Lakes, but I don't think I've ever completed this section of the Wonderland Trail. Of course, walking through the floodplain, you hopefully follow the correct set of cairns. There is a Das Volcano right there. It's still supposed to be warm, but it's not supposed to be super hot, and there might be some high clouds, as you can see, but overall it should be a pretty nice day. We'll video until we cross the river, and then we'll probably turn it off until we get to the waterfalls. Ooh, ah, pretty, pretty. And there is this year's log bridge. Sometimes it's down here. I've seen it way up there, and you've had to scamper along that side and hook around a couple hundred feet. It just all depends. Usually they wash out every winter, and you have to put a new one. You have to find a new one to put in every year. Morning.
Sit back.
It appears to be a little wet. Go get the smear.
Really?
What? Yeah, I see it. This will be peak entertainment with Shmew.
I didn't sign up for it.
Yeah, that's expert level. Are you ready, Shmew? Yes, go. Where are you going? Go downhill. Okay, no. Bridge. Alright. Onto is a waterfalls. So the first half mile on this side is old road for where it used to be an intake for water, and then it becomes true trail again. And it's about 1.25 miles to Carter, and then a quarter mile after that is Madcap. And you can see the pull-out parking lot. It's right there. And up the lovely Paradise River we go. Yeah. The first half mile of trail follows the old roadbed where they used to have the water intake on the river. It's got all the old water pipe is still here. Part of the reason why the trail is so nice and wide still. Uh-oh. Stream crossing, can you make it? Falls. Curse splat.
The whole like step and then like do that.
Mm-hmm. Big pair of what look to be Alaska yellows, I think. Pretty sure. Alaska yellow cedars.
Yeah.
They look too scraggly to be western reds. Methinks. Find me a potato. Look how high up the water pipe is. You'd be surprised.
I'm hungry.
Nice to meet you, Hungry. I'm Brandon.
This pushing into my tummy probably isn't making it any better.
No. Big, strong, muscly munchkin. So I believe that is Eagle Peak, which is the furthest west of the Tatoosh Range. There is a trail going up to the top. I did it a long time before Coulee Outdoors in my childhood. If and when I go do it again, I'll post that right there. So we should be seeing Chutla and Plumber Peak next, I think. The river has gotten more boisterous, which means we should be arriving at Carter Falls. Both Carter and Madcap Falls have official fenced-in viewing areas. Carter Falls isn't the best view. There's kind of some trees in the way. Madcap is pretty good. So when I take videos of those falls, I will, of course, find the best viewpoint myself. And of course, Narada Falls is full frontal, amazing views when we get there. I hear a waddy fall, waddy fall, waddy fall. That's not. Oh, it is. Ta-da! Carter Falls.
Yeah. So obviously when we come back down, I'll take a long exposure of Carter Falls, and I will have tagged that back there while we were staring at. And then it's only a couple hundred feet further to Madcap Falls, which is a shorter and wider waterfall. Quite a boisterous Paradise River. Obviously, we're in between some waterfalls. It's going to be excitable. And there was a sign back there that said Carter Falls elevation 3660. So there probably will be a sign for Madcap up here also. Ta-da! Look, Madcap. Arrived. Ding! Versus right here be a good unobstructed view of Madcap Falls. Station up there. So
no fires.
2 miles.
They put a camp.
What's there? For Wonderland Trail.
Oh, no,
2
they
miles
put a
to
camp.
where?
There's a pooping station.
Probably.
2 miles to where?
It's to the
We're at
camp.
we're at 2 miles.
Yes, we're at 2 miles. So you got 3/4 of a mile left.
Bridge ahead of you, 150 feet.
So 2 miles in, you get to the Paradise River camp. So 2 miles back to Cougar Rock. Got a bridge to walk across the Paradise River. And then about 3/4 of a mile, you get to Narada Falls. Wamanos! Avanti, Munchkin. Huh? I have no idea. It's a backcountry camp on the Wonderland, so.
There's like 16 of them.
Up there?
No, on the Wonderland Trail all the way around.
Oh, there's more than that. Probably half a dozen. Ermagurtsner!
Oh, that'll tell you.
That'll tell you. It's an official camp along the trail.
Okay, I'm not camping here yet.
Crossing the Paradise River.
Snow.
This does not look like the whole river. It's a side channel.
Why is this one wider like the other one? This one is more. This one.
Because this isn't going to get blown out every year. The one across in Nisqually gets blown out every winter. Side channel of the Paradise River. Ooh, ah, pretty, pretty. Well, you can't talk to me about it in his presence, you dum-dum.
Huh?
Nothing. Ah, this must be the whole Paradise River. Si possible. Still doesn't sound loud enough. No, the Paradise River is still up here a little ways. This is a completely dead channel.
Yeah.
We're not even to the real river yet either.
This is real slow in the moving.
Yeah. It hasn't had water in it in a while. Look at all the flowers growing in the bottom of it.
I was gonna say, there's no.
It's dry. Yeah, go ahead and stick that landing, little gymnast. I see the real bridge on the real big river. This one for sure is the big wivel. Nope, you don't need it. You know, big, strong munchkin. I believe in you. Huh? Yeah, as it's settled. Crossing the Paradise River between Paradise River Camp and Narada Falls on the Wonderland Trail. Ooh, ah, pretty, pretty. What? Looking like you're scared or something.
You should have stopped. There's a mountain around here.
Somewhere. With Narada Falls howling in the short distance, after 3 miles we have reached the junction of the Wonderland Trail and the Narada Falls Spur Trail. So you want to continue going towards Reflection Lake and Wonderland Trail and continue around the mountain, you go up to the left.
Yeah.
But instead, we go to the waterfall.
Parking area? We could have parked here?
Yeah. This is where we park when we go snowshoeing for Reflection Lakes. That defeats the point. It's the whole point. As you want to see, you would rather have walked back up from those waterfalls 2 miles away? Hush your butt, little derpy doo. A whole bunch of lightning. Clear that up. Booyah, baby. Hey, you might get a little wet.
Yeah. Too much for reading.
Ta-da, Narada Falls. See if we can find a spot to stand where we're not getting drenched.
No.
Keep going. Don't stop in the wet spot.
Go wet.
Ta-da! Narada Falls. All of her glory. Find a less wet spot to take the long exposure, and then we'll head back down and get long exposure to the other 2 waterfalls. Probably gonna have to take it from down there and just deal with being wet.
going down the side trail and get a picture like that.
Yeah. No, we're not gonna do that. Gets wet really quick right here. Later in the summer we'll come shoot another video from further down here. So we left Mom and Sabrina up at the top at the parking lot where they can read in the sun. Dad and I will head back downstream and get the videos of these waterfalls on our way back down. The only thing I need to do is start another hike, and then we can roll. Whew, a lot more sunshine over here now. Muddy, muddy, muddy. I saw you, Chippy. I was gonna say one last good look at the waterfall, but there's trees in the way already. Oh well. Yeah. So we'll head down, get the video of Carter and Madcap Falls, and then I'll do the outro when we get further down. Got a little bit of battery left on this, so I might as well get some downhill cruising. Paradise River is still on our right, running through its gorge below Frog Heaven. Probably got another mile yet till we get to Madcap and Carter Falls. Huge freaking hemlocks in here.
I know she knows how to do that.
Yeah.
So much easier going down than that long walk.
Yep. Yeah, a little bit of juxtaposition. The last time we were going downhill on a trail, there was barely even any grass around. You had a blown out volcano in your face, and now we're walking through untouched virgin old growth forest with an even bigger volcano behind our shoulders. And I'll probably end up shooting the outro as Dad and I go across the Nisqually River on the log bridge there. We are just about back to the Nisqually River crossing, so I figure I'll run the outro right now while you can still hear me. Thank you for joining us on this Cooley Outdoors adventure where we walked a section of the Wonderland Trail from Cougar Rock Campground to Narada Falls. If you liked this video, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't like the video, give it a thumbs down. Either way, please leave a comment down below what you did or did not like so I can improve it for next time. We're gonna go up and I'm gonna get video of Christine Falls, and then we'll pick up Sabrina and Mom at Narada Falls, and then go probably sit at Inspiration Point and have lunch, and I'll shoot a video there. Let's do stats and ratings for this hike. It was just about 3 miles exactly going up, gaining 1,300 feet, and took us with Shmew tagging along just about 2 hours. Accessibility, you're 2 hours outside of Seattle, and even though a lot of the year this trail will be under snow, this is one of the first trails in the park, sections of trail in the park to get out of snow. So I'm going to give accessibility 3.5 stars. Difficulty, there are some fairly steep sections, but it's still only 3 miles one way, and you're not super high up in elevation, so if you're in decently good shape, you'll still be able to handle it fairly easily. I'm going to give it 2.5 stars. Afternoon. As for enjoyment, yes, you only get one little bit of Mount Rainier view at the very beginning of the hike when you're crossing the Nisqually River, but you do get to see 3 waterfalls, including one of the more famous ones of the park. Yes, you can park at Narada Falls and take the couple hundred yards down from the parking lot, but where's the fun in that? And you get a hike through a nice mid-elevation Montane old-growth forest the whole time. So yeah, even though it's didn't make our top 25 because there's no big views in the mountain, it's still something you can do early in summer or late in summer and fall when the snow is making the true high country inaccessible. So it's still a fairly good time. I'm going to give enjoyment a full 3 stars, 3.5 stars. And now to go cross the river and get back to Hopper, and we'll film. Oh hey, the mountain's clouded up. God dang it, that's not good. I'm gonna cross. We're gonna get both cameras going. Crossing the Nisqually River on a foot log along the Wonderland Trail outside of Cougar Rock Campground in Mount Rainier National Park. And the mountain's clouded up. Gosh darn it. That's not what I want. Oh well. So yeah, thank you for joining us. Have a good one, and ciao. These clouds need to go away.